Welcome to On the Road with Mibbinbah, a podcast that takes a deep dive into the realms of storytelling, culture, and exploration. Join Jack and Lisa as we engage in thought-provoking chats with a variety of guests, uncovering insights that unite our communities. This series offers an inspiring journey filled with discovery. Let's embark on this adventure together.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Sleep good?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. What about you?
Like a baby.
Very good. So we're here for On the Road with Mibbinbah, episode 6. And we're going to have a little chat about... What are we chatting about, Lisa?
Well, we could talk about anything, but I think what's showing up at the moment is I think when people give their word and don't follow through.
We've had a little bit of that happening, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Quite a few different... especially in the workspace, it's been happening a bit. So we're just starting to, after, since being going since 2007, Mibbinbah, we're starting to learn to trust ourselves, because people do make promises, and they give their word, and then we find that they go back on their word, and it's a lot of the time to our detriment, rather than theirs. So it would be about partnering to get grants to help our communities, and then in the end they use our name.
Yeah, that's happened too many times.
And then, for us, it's not about us missing out, but it's about community, and that's what we care about. And it's happened a little bit over probably the last 6 months, if you like, where different organisations have been giving their word about partnering and trying to, saying all the right things about helping our communities. And in the end, it's our communities that, again, suffer.
Yeah, I think we just have to... I think we're probably... our intuition is never wrong, really, but I think we've got to back it and be okay to say no to certain people, and some things are completely out of our control and out of our hands. But I think moving forward for us, I think it's, if we don't feel right about even trusting them, because I think once someone gives their word and they don't follow through in it, you lose trust with them, and then that creates a fracture in the relationship. And then if the relationship's to go forward, it's not built on trust.
Yeah, and it makes it really hard to come back from that, doesn't it?
100%.
And that can happen in personal life as well. I mean, we're given the example of, doing some work with, different organisations, and then turning it around to exclude us, I suppose. But again, for us, it's not about us being excluded. It's about the communities that miss out.
Yeah.
And the same thing can happen in personal life, can't it?
Oh yeah, people let you down when they give you their word, because you trust them, you love them, you respect them, and I don't think, I sound like a really old girl now when I say this, but in today's world, I think giving your word doesn't mean as much as it did once upon a time, because...
And we do see that a little bit too, like in our work, around different places that we visit, that, there has been a little bit of respect lost might be for from younger people to elders, but also from elders back down the other way. You lose that little bit of respect, and we know that to gain respect, you got to give respect.
Oh, 100%. And I think, again, if you make a promise or you give your word on something and you take it back, I keep saying it, but it breaks the trust, and then the relationship's fractured, and I think it's hard to come back from. But I mean, you can come back from it, but it takes time again to build that energy.
And I think too, we've been doing a little bit of work on this over the last bit, probably 12 months or so, and probably before that as well. But we both, well, you read a book and I listened to it, which is our preferred way of doing things, called The Four Agreements. And the first agreement is about being impeccable with your word, and what that means to you. So it really is. It was interesting to be able to try and practice those four agreements.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good with the agreements. I think, just saying from my point that I think I get disappointed when others don't show up in that way, if they've, just not been true to themselves. And you can see that they're great people who can do amazing things, and they just don't turn up. But I mean, that's not my responsibility either for them to show up. But maybe I'm getting a bit sensitive.
I don't think so. I think that it is hard when you use the word before, like disappointed. I think you used, and for me, if someone says they're disappointed in me, that means that I've let them down. So I think it's a massive word, like disappointment. I mean, you can say you mucked up or you did whatever, but once you say you've disappointed me, that means to me that I've let you down or you've let me down if I use the word. So I think that it's a massive word. I think you're right that we need to. We've been practicing this a lot, and those agreements. Be impeccable with your word. It's something that's probably, it's not rocket science, but it's actually, I suppose you got to work to do it. So you got to work. We talk about relationships, and that relationship with yourself, about being able to enter into that agreement for the four agreements.
And I think that's where I think people get themselves into trouble as well, when they say yes to everything, where their yes is really a no. So again, that goes against sticking to being impeccable to your word, or making that, or giving your word when you say yes, I'll turn up, and then you don't turn up because you never want it to be there for the first place, but you don't know how to say no.
And with that brings in the role of healthy boundaries.
Yeah, because I always say yes to everything.
You say yes to everything in personal life, and I say yes to
everything in work,
in workspace.
Yeah.
So I guess that we both love, like being with people and working and spending time with people. My big, I suppose, Achilles heel is saying no to community. I often now have to say, Lisa, can we fit this in? Because if not,
you say yes to everything.
I'd say yes to everything. Yeah. And in the end, it's probably you because you can't do everything, then you are actually letting people down. So it's probably a good practice to get into, to be able to put in those healthy boundaries, to be able to say no, because you can't do everything. So
I think even with the no, like how I say yes to everything, about, do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? Do you want to catch up? Yep. But I think even the practice of, well, hang on, let me check what I've got on, or, just getting into that practice of not just jumping to say yes to everything, because it's like the same with you with work. You'll say, yes, we can be there, even if it's on the other side of the country, and it's not, we'd be cutting it fine to get to everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think when you say now, oh, let me check our schedule, I think that's a good way to practice it as well.
Well, it's more gentle, isn't it? So instead of just saying no straight out, you're saying, I need to check with Lisa, or check the calendar to be able to go well, no, maybe we can't do it then, we'll have to fit it in later on. So
is that gentleness for ourselves to say no because we're so used to saying yes? So is that more about ourselves or others or both?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think it's both because I think that, like sometimes if you say no straight, if I say no straight out to, someone in community or someone that we're trying to do work with, I mean, you don't know how people are traveling and, so I think it's definitely about both, yes, it is about us trying to be gentle on ourselves, but it's also about being gentle on people that you don't know where they're at the moment. So, you don't want to, worst case scenario, push them over the edge either. So,
no, of course not. And I think ignoring people doesn't help either when you don't know how to say yes or no to something.
That's probably the worst one, eh?
So I think that gentleness of, oh, let me check, I think that works. I've got to get better at that.
Yeah, and so that's being impeccable with your word, and then if you go to the next one is about don't take things personally, and look, we're all in the same boat here. Sometimes we get a little bit sensitive. Sometimes we take things sensitive. I know I do. But it is really, if you can live with that practice of not taking things personally, because again, you don't know what that person that's talking to you is going through. So it's about being just, oh, hang on a tick. This is not personal. This is something that I can live with. It goes a long way to starting to, I think, heal ourselves.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because if you take everything to heart or take it all personal, you won't leave the front door.
And that brings you to the third agreement: don't make assumptions. And a lot of the times we do. Like if you don't get, like Lisa said before, if you don't answer someone, people will make assumptions about why you're not answering them. So so if we can get into that practice of not making assumptions, and find out, talk to the person, talk to whoever you need to find out what is actually going on, rather than making those assumptions and being wrong.
Or find someone that is connected to them if they're not answering, to see if they're okay, I guess, because you never know what someone's going through.
And the world's a funny place at the moment, isn't it? So,
it's
like
so
it's
fast.
Yeah, it's like for us, 2025 has started with a real bang, hasn't it? Like
so fast.
It's just no time for yourself, if you like, and we're really massive on spending. We're really good at being able to tell people or guide people to be able to look after themselves.
Yeah.
Not so good for ourselves sometimes, but we are getting better.
Oh, definitely getting better. It's just we get lost in it. We're in this, I don't know, I call it the Mibbinbah love bubble, this energy that just keeps expanding and keeps moving, but you do need to slow down to reset that energy. But I think we got better. We're getting better at slowing down and finding the balance.
And you seriously do need to take that little bit of just put it on pause for a little bit. I was going to say break, but we don't want to break things. So
no. Every time I've asked for a break, I've literally broken something in my body. So I'm not saying that again.
So we put it on pause for a little bit, and just take that little bit of time for yourself to be able to go, shit, I need to sit under a tree, I need to sit by the ocean, which we're going to go and do in a minute.
I was just about to say, I think that's our call to go have a little splash in the ocean.
But I just wanted to bring us to the last agreement, the fourth agreement, because there is a fifth agreement which has come out since, but the fourth agreement is do the best you can. And that's all people can ask, and it doesn't matter what you're doing, like whether you're cooking dinner for someone, just do the best you can. Whether you're going for a run or a walk, do the best you can.
100%.
That's all people can ask for. So,
I love that one because I think that's
one of our
core programs.
premier programs is be the best you can be.
Yeah.
So we love that sort of positivity, and yes, sometimes we do get caught up in that negativity, but it's just about trying to work your way through to become positive. And I can guarantee you that if you have that positivity, even if you're going for a walk, you say g'day to someone, right? Hey, how you going? Or whatever it is, and a smile on your face. People, it's infectious. People start to go, oh shit.
I'm just thinking about that lady this morning who was really loud with "Good morning," but she made us laugh because we were having a chat and just in our own little world, and she was loud.
Actually, how are you?
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Yeah,
it was nice.
That was beautiful. So, I mean, there's just a few little thoughts for for people to have a think about. I mean, we've been thinking a lot about those four agreements. Next time we might talk about the fifth agreement and have a yarn about that.
That'd be good.
But it's Saturday here. We're down at Yamba in New South Wales, and can't wait to go and sit by the beach and spend some quality time with quality people. So we're going to say over and out for now.
Yeah.
Have a great Saturday. Have a great Sunday, and recharge a little bit for the beginning of next week. And we'll talk again next week.
We will.
Okay.
Have a good weekend.
Love to everyone. Bye for now.